Okay, so something very weird has happened today. I was going to play my piano earlier, and I noticed the keys were a bit wet. Let me just grab it. You might be wondering why it's on the floor. That will be obvious in a minute. Jesus. Oh god. See, I noticed the keys were a little bit wet. They're not wet anymore because I dried them. But I put my hand on here, noticed it was a bit wet. In fact, there's a bit of wetness there. So, one thing that happened was I touched it and it was a bit wet. It was a bit wet on the keys. It's still got a bit of wetness on it here. I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. So I went to turn it on, pressed the power button, nothing. It was just like that. It's unplugged, but it was pretty much the same. I felt under here, and this was completely covered in water. It was all soaked. So I then realised, shit, my piano is water damaged. But then I kind of realised, how could this have happened? I didn't drink anything near my piano, and I always put a cover on it when I'm not using it. And somehow this has happened. Somehow there's water on it. I don't know where the water came from. So what I did was I smelt the water. And it smelt a lot like contact cleaner. The kind of stuff that you put on electronic contacts to clean them. It had that kind of smell to it, but like more watered down. So I thought that was really strange. But then I thought, well, it can't be the lube from the keys, and even if the capacitors in the power supply went pop, they wouldn't have put out the amount of water that this did. There's a picture on the screen right now of right after I opened it, and that was not even half of what the water was. So I started moving it around, and I could hear sloshing around when I turned it sideways. Let's see if it'll, well, I'm not going to be able to lift this with one hand. Let's see. Alright, I can't hear anything. So I'm guessing most of the water has escaped. And what happened was I turned it on its front, and all of the water came out of the key bed. In fact, the floor that I'm standing on right now is still really damp. Like, that's all dampness right there. And it was all coming out the top part of it, right up here. That's where it was all coming out. Some of it was coming out down there, but I think most of it was getting trapped. In fact, you can see there's still a bit of water. Come on, focus. Anyways, there's still water on it. There's still water all over it. There's water there, right there, as you can see. There's water on there. And I have no idea how this happened. So this is really devastating for me because if you know me, you know I practice piano every single day. And I kind of need a piano to practice piano. Luckily my mum has one, and she's going to let me borrow it until I get a new one or get a replacement for this. So I've emailed GAC, the shop that I bought it from, and I'm hopefully going to see if they can help me out. I really have no idea how this has happened. I can't think of a thing. If you look around the area, you'll see there's no pipes, there's no leak on the ceiling or anything. It's pretty far from a window. The piano was literally right there. It was from there to there. That's where it was. And the table here, if I'm ever having a beverage at this table, it will always be about here. This is about where I put it, and when I'm drinking from it, I turn away from the piano. I never have it anywhere near the piano. I'm really, really careful about that because, you know, if this broke, which it has now, it's devastating because you need to practice every day. You know, that's just a thing that I've taught myself. You have to practice piano every single day. It's part of my daily routine, so this has completely screwed me up. But yeah, like, seriously, everything is just stopped. This plug was in there. I smelled the plug. The plug is fine. There's nothing noticeably wrong with it. The plug socket is fine. Nothing wrong with it at all. So if GAC can't help me out, these pianos are about £400. I already have the stand. The stand was about 100. I would be able to buy another one if I sold the camera that I am using right now. This is a very expensive camera. In fact, I might even be able to get a better piano if I sell this camera. And that is really upsetting to me because I love this camera and I don't want to have to sell it to get a new piano, but, you know, priorities. I need this more than my camera, and it means I won't be able to take good photos or videos or anything. and you know that's not really a good thing. But yeah, for now I'm just going to borrow my mum's piano, which is actually better than mine apparently. It's a Casio. This one's a Yamaha, but hers is like a higher end Casio. And yeah, by the way, if anybody's wondering, this is a Yamaha P45. It was the bare minimum. I spent all of the money I had on this thing, which is probably why I take really good care of it. I couldn't afford anything else. I couldn't even afford like the next step up. So I was actually planning on getting a different Casio one, which had like a built-in cover on it, which looked really cool. But I ended up getting this one because it was cheaper. And yeah, I really like this piano. It's been really good for me, but I don't know if there's really any hope in it. But yeah, that's it. That's really it. I'm really sad about it. But you know, I'm just trying to stay calm over it. See if I can work this all out and hopefully get a new one sorted out. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. Bye.